Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the Friday activity. So, not a very difficult assignment. And make sure you understand this. The directions for every Friday activity are always given at the top of the Friday activity. So you must read in order to understand what they're asking you to do. So I'm going to ask you to do Friday activities probably every other Friday, right? And then sometimes throughout the year, I might ask you to do a Friday activity on a non-Friday, whether it's because we have time to kill, or more importantly, and more probably, that the skills being taught in that Friday activity are relevant to the unit at hand that we're doing, or the assignment that we're doing. So I'm going to want you to do it so that we can talk about it in relation to what we're doing in our normal units. So let's take a look at our first Friday activity. I'm going to show you the first one you're going to do as an example. So let me bring this up really quickly. So I have Friday activity number 1. Okay, here it is. Okay, so take a look at the Friday activity. Now, again, every Friday activity comes with directions at the top. It's going to explain what the Friday activity is about. It's going to give you definitions of the words that you're going to be learning, or the terms that you're going to be learning, before they actually give you the activity with the questions that you have to answer. So the first one, it tells me that this is about the author's purpose and point of view. It describes what the author's purpose is. It talks about the fact that the author's purpose uses evidence, and then it gives you 3 different examples of evidence, like different types of evidence, right? So we have anecdotes, which is just a story about something that happened to you before. An example, which is, we all know what an example is. And then, of course, there's a proverb, which is a wise saying. So these are 3 different things that an author might use in order to show their purpose. These are the 3 different types of evidence. So read through that once or twice, understand what they're talking about before you do the assignment itself. I have to tell you, I have a lot of students who open up their Friday activity because they're in a rush. I don't know what the rush is about. Maybe it's so that they can look at their phone at some silly app, or some text chain with their friends. I don't know. But the reason why you're in my class, and in all people's classes, all your teachers' classes, is so that you can learn the topic at hand, not to get it done quickly so you can get back onto your phone or iPad. Just saying. So those students, they rush right into it. They look at the question. It says, read the question, read the passage, then answer the questions that follow. And then it says, what is the proverb shared in this passage? Number 2. And students go, I don't know, what's a proverb? I've never heard of a proverb. Well, that's because they didn't read the directions. So please, again, always read the directions in the Friday activity before you go and you start filling out the answers, okay? Excellent. So let's continue. Let's look down at the assignment itself. In this Friday activity, they're asking you to read this simple little paragraph and answer these 3 questions. Now, I need at least 2 sentences per answer. Got it? I need 2 sentences per answer. In some cases, you're going to need to give more than 2 sentences, but I never want less. All right. I don't want one-word answers. Make sure you're giving full sentence answers for each one. Another thing to talk about when it comes to Friday activities. You're not done after doing this first page, reading the paragraph and answering these questions. Why? Because if you look, there's always a second page, and the second page does the same thing one more time. So again, you're going to be reading another paragraph. In this case, it's 2 small paragraphs, and then you're going to be answering 3 more questions. All right. Remember, each question, I want a sentence or 2 answered. Oh, another thing I can tell you right now. You can answer these questions right in here. You can type in your answers right in there. That's fine by me. And then turn around and hand this back in with your assignment. Some students choose to type it onto a separate document, the answers, and hand that in. Totally fine. Other students choose to handwrite the answers out. Also fine. Know this, if you choose to handwrite or type the answers onto a separate document, you don't need to type out or handwrite the questions themselves, just the answers, but make sure you're specific as far as number 1, answer number 2. Make sure I can discern which the answers are, so you're numbering each one. Okay, so again, a lot of students make these errors when it comes to the Friday activity. They do not read the directions, 1, and number 2, they do not answer both sets of the Friday activity. They just do one, they finish very quickly, they turn it off, and they go back to their phones. or whatever it is that they're doing and more worried about rather than their grades and their educational maturity. Because remember, these assignments I'm giving you, these aren't just busy assignments to give you a grade. No. These are going to be teaching you how to be better readers and writers. So please take this seriously. Understand this. I'm going to count these each as 50 points. So it's like a homework assignment. So make sure you get these done, because as you remember, everything in my class adds up to your final grade. So just because this is only 50 points, but yet the first read guide that I gave you, or the common lit assignment that I gave you, or the perfect 12 are each 100, it doesn't make this any less important, because all your grades are going to add up at the end. Another thing I want to point out. I let parents know when you don't do assignments. Specifically, when you don't do easy assignments like this, I send an email or I make a phone call and I say, your son or daughter did not do this assignment last week. They have taken a 0 on it, and therefore their grades are going a little bit down. So make sure you're getting these done, not just for your own educational maturity and for your grades and for your pride, but also so that you're not getting that letter or that phone call home and having a problem with your parents or guardians at home. Okay, so that's the Friday activity. If you have any questions or problems about filling out the Friday activity, please let me know. Know this, every Friday activity will be dropped on Google Classroom, okay? And you will have 1 day to get it complete. The directions are always on the top. They will explain exactly what you have to do. If for some reason, and this occurs, after reading the directions, you still don't understand what you're being asked to do, ask me. Shoot me an email. If we're in school, come right up to me and say, Mr. Kenny, I don't understand this. Please help me. I will be happy to give you a hand. Another thing you must understand, Friday activities always comes with 2 assignments, 1 page and then another page. It's always the same type of assignment. They're just asking you to do it again with different paragraphs or sentences. So nothing to worry about. Simple assignment, get it done, keep your grades high. And if you have any problems, bother me at any time. Excellent. Very nice job today. Very nice job. I'm proud of you all. Have a nice day.